Confession of a Hitchhiker. I don't usually admit this to people who know me, but for almost a year, I crossed the United States with nothing but a backpack, a cardboard sign, and a thumb I didn't always trust. I didn't start hitchhiking because I was brave. I started because I was broke, tired of running for myself, and quietly hoping something, anything, would interrupt the life I'd been living. Every ride felt like a confession waiting to happen. Some people never slowed down. Others slowed just enough to stare, as if deciding whether I was human or a warning sign. And then there were the ones who stopped completely, windows rolling down like doors into alternate futures. The scary encounters came first. Outside Bakersfield, a man picked me up in a rusted pickup that smelled like old beer and engine oil. He didn't speak for the first 20 minutes, just stared at me through the rearview mirror. Then he asked how fast I thought I could run if he pulled over in the desert. He laughed when I didn't answer. I laughed too, because laughing felt safer than fear. When he finally dropped me off, miles from where I had asked, he said, "You're lucky I'm in a good mood today." I stood there watching his taillights disappear, legs shaking so bad I had to sit down in the dirt. In eastern New Mexico, I accepted a ride from a couple who started arguing the moment I got in. The argument escalated, screaming, swerving, hands flying all over the wheel. At one point, the driver slammed the brakes on, turned to me, eyes wild, and asked whose side I was on. I told them both I just needed to get out. They let me out on the shoulder of the highway as trucks blasted past, inches away, and I remember thinking that the road itself might kill me before any person did. Those were the nights I slept behind gas stations, listening for footsteps, nights I kept my shoes on in case I had to run. Nights I rehearsed what I'd say if someone decided I didn't get to say no. But here's the part that complicates the story, the part I don't tell often enough. For every terrifying moment, there was unexpected kindness that felt almost unreal. In Utah, a woman named Marlene picked me up, drove me 3 hours out of her way, and bought me lunch without ever asking why I was on the road. She talked about her garden, her divorce, her son who wouldn't call her back. Before I got out, she pressed a 20 into my hand and said, "You don't look like you need advice. You look like you need rest." I cried behind a convenience store for a long time after that. In Ohio, a retired trucker let me ride with him for an entire day. He taught me how to read the sky for storms and insisted I take his extra jacket when the temperature dropped. When I tried to give it back, he said, "I've been warm my whole life. It's your turn." I still have that jacket. In a small town in Montana, I got picked up by a family with 2 kids who asked 100 questions about the road. The parents let me sleep on their couch, fed me spaghetti, and trusted me. Really trusted me, in a way I didn't trust myself at the time. Before I left, the youngest kid handed me a drawing of a stick figure with a backpack and said, "This is you being brave." I wasn't brave, but I kept the drawing anyway. The truth is, hitchhiking stripped me down to my most honest self. I couldn't hide behind plans or excuses. Every ride required trust, sometimes misplaced, sometimes life-saving. I learned how close danger and kindness live to each other, how the same hand can either help you up or hold you down. I also learned that I survived because strangers decided, again and again, not to harm me. That's a terrifying thing to admit. It means the world isn't safe, but it isn't cruel by default either. I don't hitchhike anymore. I have a stable place now, a job, a routine. But part of me is still standing on the shoulder of some endless road, thumb out, heart racing, hoping the next car holds a decent human being. And maybe that's the real confession. I went looking for danger, but what stayed with me was the mercy.